So you've tried before, and it didn't work. So why should this time be any different? You don't believe in solutions, you believe in proving them wrong. Every time someone says, just try this, you think, how can I make this fail? Maybe you don't even realize you're doing it. Maybe it feels like you're just being realistic. Like you've been through this before, and you already know the outcome. Maybe you even take pride in it. But here's the truth. Your brain isn't proving reality. It's proving itself right. And if you're always looking for why something won't work, you'll always find it. But today, we're going to do something different. We're going to break the pattern. So go ahead and ask yourself these questions. How often do you dismiss a solution before even trying it? What would happen if, for once, you didn't fight against the process? Your resistance is not who you are. It's a habit, a reflex, a defense mechanism. And like any habit, it can be broken. Now let's take the resistance and see it for what it really is. Go ahead and close your eyes. Picture every failure, every time something didn't work for you, every moment of frustration or embarrassment, locked inside a metal box. You've carried this box for years. It's heavy, but you keep holding it because part of you thinks you need it. Part of you believes that if you let go of it, you'll be vulnerable. But what if you didn't need this weight anymore? What if you could just set it down? Imagine yourself placing the box on the ground. Watch it sink into the earth, deeper and deeper, disappearing into the ground where it can no longer hold you back. Breathe in. Feel the weight lifting. And breathe out. Let go of the failures that no longer serve you. You're not your past experiences. You are what you choose to become. Imagine you're in a laboratory. You're not here to prove anything wrong or right. You're just here to run an experiment. In front of you is a test tube filled with something called strange liquid. You don't know what it does. You don't need to know. You only need to observe. You pour a single drop onto the surface in front of you. It reacts. It changes shape, color, temperature. You don't judge it. You just watch. What if you approached your own habits like this? No pressure, no expectations, just observation. Breathe in. Let go of needing to prove anything. Breathe out. Allow yourself to simply try. Now we're going to imagine you're standing in front of two paths. The first path is the one you've always taken. It's familiar, predictable. Every time you take this path, you end up in the same place. Frustration, exhaustion, and feeling stuck. The second path is different. It's unfamiliar. You don't know where it leads, but the only way to find out is to step forward. Now take a deep breath. Step off the old path. Step on to the new one. Just one step. No expectations, no pressure. Just forward motion. Breathe in. Feel the shift happening. Breathe out. Take the step. Now that we've set down the weight, embraced experimentation, and stepped onto a new path, we need to make sure we don't fall back into the old pattern. The next time your brain says, "This won't work for me," or "How can I prove this wrong?" say this instead. "That's an interesting story I'm telling myself." Then do these three things. First, pause. Recognize that your brain is running an old script. Second, experiment. Instead of proving it wrong, simply observe what happens. And last, step forward. Take one small, deliberate action, even if it's just a single word on a blank page or putting your feet on the floor. Every time you do this, the resistance weakens. Every time you step forward, your mind rewires. Ultimately, at the end of it all, Your mind and your brain follows the strongest reality it believes in. The more you reinforce this, the more natural it becomes. Each day, you can visualize setting down the lockbox. You can remind yourself it's just an experiment. You can step onto a new path, even if it's only one step. You can also repeat to yourself, I allow myself to try. I move forward, one step at a time. The resistance is already starting to break. Soon, the motion will feel natural. This is your future self calling. All you have to do is pick up